Josh here from the and we're back to a new Amazing World Gumball review and 4 episodes in one video review. And we are reviewing the first episode of the 4 in this video, and it is a Halloween special. And it starts with Richard just scaring these bananas, and yeah, Annalise is just dressing all princessy, and yeah, Gumball just not liking that, and Darwin is not dressed up, but he is scared of Halloween, and they decide to go to this haunted house, which is not for trick-or-treating, and Gumball just decides to leave his little sister that he is put in charge to watch out for on this tree branch, and Carrie gives them this potion, which they can only drink a drop, and they drink it, each of them, and yeah, the empty house turns out to be filled with ghosts. Yeah, it turns out to be filled with ghosts, and Inez is trying to get herself loose, and she ends up falling down this well. And Gumball and Darwin are just drinking the whole bottle, even though they're not supposed to. And yeah, they're pretty much dead. Literally. They're ghosts now. Their souls left their body. Now they're ghosts. And Gumball just kisses Carrie, and she's blushing too after that. Either blushing or embarrassed. And yeah, they're just partying and just going to different places and messing with people when they're ghosts. And yeah, some ghosts find Darwin and Gumball's bodies, and Anais sees their bodies, and she drinks a drop of the potion, and yeah, Carrie comes and tells them that they got to get back to their bodies before midnight. And yeah, they're getting dragged, which they're having to hurry and make it to their bodies. And their bodies fall down, they gotta jump in after them. And it seems like it's too late, but no, they get spitting out because no mortals in the underworld, as they say. And yeah, Nicole is just angry because it's past midnight. And yeah, apparently they're in the wrong bodies. Gumball, Anais, and Darwin are in the wrong bodies. And yeah, Carrie just disappears. Because it's like she can't change them back to normal. Even though in the next episode they will be changed back to their normal bodies. But yeah, a really good Halloween special. Yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Let's get to the next episode. Next episode, this is another good one. And it starts with the kids just messing with Richard. And Darwin, Gumball, and Anais is wondering why they don't get this good kind of stuff. Because Nicole accidentally got somebody else's groceries. And yeah, they're just showing these different things. Like this thing that's taped with earplugs. And this movie video thing with the panda farting in on these mice. And they're trying to find this treasure, as they're calling it. And yeah, they're going into the attic, and they find some of these baby pictures of Gumball, which, yeah, he's had a pointy head back in the day. And even this one with Darwin. And they destroyed a chimney, and they find these papers. And Darwin's doing this hypnotisting thing to try to get him to go back to try to remember where the key was. And yeah, it was when Gumball was little, and Nicole was just locking something in a suitcase and had the exact same key. And that close-up, though, I love these close-ups. And while Darwin and Gumball are being ridiculous, the key almost gets stolen, and Gumball is trying to sneak into their parents' room without them knowing what he's even doing, and going to the case, and yeah, it's another paper. And NIE's is dragging Darwin and Gumball, and apparently it was all for nothing of what it seems. And that, again, the face, though, with Darwin. And apparently it's a map, actually. And they see this light that's following them, which they're trying to... Yeah, this treasure better be worth it, though. Gumball does say this treasure better be worth it. And apparently Richard found them, and they find the case, and it's another piece of paper, which... Yeah, Richard explains, which when Gumball was still trying to get birth or get born in the hospital with Nicole, Richard was at home, and he wasn't sure about, or he clicked yes on this ad, but apparently, yeah, it wasn't what he thought, because he didn't let it load. And Nicole isn't mad at him. And they see the star, which the star that apparently they bought, that is up there until it goes out. But yeah, a really good episode. And on to the next one. And we are back with the next episode. And yeah, this is another great one. And it starts with the whole class just in disgust when Miss Simeon is turning around, and we can honestly know why everybody is all grotesque. Everybody is all grotesque, and yeah, Gumball is gonna have to say of what's wrong, and throws a paper airplane into her eye, and trying to tell Principal Brown about it. Which, yeah, then when she go into a draft or go into the window, we say that yeah, of course. The whole problem was that her butt was showing. Because, again, she's an ape. She's an ape, right? And apes, well, you know, have hair everywhere except for there. And, yeah, Principal Brown wants Miss Simeon to apologize to Gumball and Darwin. But, of course, she thinks that Darwin and Gumball find this funny, but of course they don't. And keeping a close eye on them, literally, and giving this their report card, and putting on to principal's office again with Richard this time, and he signed the signature, and yeah, of course it was nothing, and ends up destroying Principal Brown's office, and just trying to get Gumball and Darwin in trouble. Yeah, she's gonna get herself fired, though. And because Principal Brown doesn't say anything wrong with Darwin and Gumball. And trying to take the money, which they just crawl it up and throw it out the window. And Miss Simeon just jumps out the window to get it. And they're wondering who the fight is gonna be with. And they're doing some different people to say who's gonna fight. But Miss Simeon is setting it up where Gumball and Darwin are gonna fight. And of course, she destroys Principal Brown's office again. And then she tries to go into the boys' restroom, and graffiti. But of course, she graffitied herself. And Principal Brown tells her to apologize to Gumball and Darwin, and if she does something like this again, then she loses her job. And yeah, this can ruin their relationship as well, with the Principal Brown and Miss Simeon's relationship. And yeah, Principal Brown glued everything to the floor. And she ends up chasing Gumball and Darwin, because they're trying to do something to get them in trouble. And yeah, she gets knocked out, and they try to graffiti Principal Brown's car. And yeah, she then finally catches them. But then she realizes that they did this also so she won't lose her job and lose her relationship. And she apologizes. She says that she is sorry while she cleans up the car. And yeah, he then says, care to explain, to Miss Simeon. Yeah, another great episode. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know below. And let's go to the next one. And we are back with the next episode on this 4 episode reviews video on The Amazing World Gumball. Which I hope y'all enjoyed these, reviewing 4 episodes in one video, in one review. I definitely do love it. So hopefully y'all do it too. It starts with, again, what is this person supposed to be? that Darwin is sitting with. Just making annoying sounds too, looking at different things, and Darwin is wanting the hammer to knock himself out, and Gumball helps him by just helps him by telling it to be less annoying. And yeah, this person cheats in line, and Gumball teaches Darwin how to use I'm not sure how to describe it, but use words that wouldn't really describe, that would hurt, but also kind of feeling the truth as well. And yeah, it talks to Leslie, and Leslie is actually appreciative of the things that Darwin said. And looking at these different pictures, even though it's the same pose, and we get the song as well, and Darwin keeps hurting people's feelings. Yeah, now he's saying truth things that actually is hurting people's feelings. And he's just trying to rub his butt on on Principal Brown's doorknob, and getting sent to the school counselor. And yeah, Darwin is just saying insult words to the school counselor, and yeah, he gets tape over his mouth, and we see all these different noises that are happening, and Darwin is losing it, and he pretty much yells what he has to say to everybody that he's tired of hearing. And again, he has turned a completely different person by which technically you could say that it's Gumball's fault as well for turning Darwin into this. And we see this funny video game like style that Gumball and Darwin are fighting, and of course Gumball hurts Darwin's feelings, which they forgive each other, and Darwin goes back to being himself again. And yeah, they decide to just use the hammer to break out of the school bus because of the annoyances that's in the bus. I mean, yeah, this is pretty much a lesson. Words, there are types of words that can hurt other people, and you have to watch for what words you describe people when describing people. That's actually a pretty good lesson, I can say. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments below. Get to the next.